Good day, Senior High Icons. Welcome to Immaculate Conception Polytechnic Senior High School, and this is your General Mathematics Math 100, and I am your instructor, Mr. Crisanto R. Perez. This is a core subject, meaning lahat po ng senior high school students ay nagtitake po ng general mathematics. So don't feel bad kung bakit po may math subject ka na naman. Baka maisip mo, napagkaitang ka na naman ng pagkakataon, meron ka na namang mathematics subject. Don't worry, hindi ka po nag-iisa dahil lahat po ng senior high school students ay nagtitake po ng general mathematics. Okay? So let's proceed. For today's lesson, we have functions and relations. So our learning competencies for this lesson is to define what is function and relation. Next is differentiate function and relation. Next, explain the different representations of function. And lastly, we have to determine the domain and the range of a function. So kung napapansin niyo po, we have different terminologies na baka bago po sa inyo. So mamaya po, i-discuss natin siya isa-isa in order for you to understand the lesson well. Okay? Before we proceed po to our lesson proper, I want you to get a pen and paper because we will be having a review of what we have learned during our junior high school days. So, hindi po tayo agad mag-lesson. Mag-review po muna tayo kung ano po yung mga natutuhan natin last year, for the past years. Okay? So, let's have question number 1. On your screen, you can see 3x minus 4xy plus 5y. So, my question is, how do you call this? The 3x minus 4xy plus 5y. You have 10 seconds to answer this question. So, get ready. Meron po tayong choices. Paki-inform ako kung tama yung magiging sagot nyo, ha? Okay. Okay. The choices are A, algebraic expression, B, binomial, C, monomial. So, what is the correct answer? The correct answer is A, algebraic expression. This is an algebraic expression wherein binubuo po ito ng numbers and letters, and then meron pong mga operations. Okay? Next. The next question is, we still have 3x minus 4xy plus 5y, but this time, the arrows are pointing sa mga letters. My second question is, how do you call these letters? Again, you have 10 seconds to answer this question. Timer starts now. The choices are A, numerical coefficient, B, constant, C, variables. So, what is the correct answer? These are the variables. Yung mga letters po natin sa algebraic expression, we called it variables. Okay? Last question. We still have 3x minus 4xy plus 5y, but this time, the arrows are pointing sa mga numbers na katabi ng letters or ng variables natin. My last question is, how do you call this numbers? Again, you have 10 seconds to answer this question. Your timer starts now. Time's up. The choices are A, numerical coefficient, B, constant, C, variables. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is A, numerical coefficient. So, sa algebraic expression, yung mga numbers po nakatabi ng variables, they are called numerical coefficient. Okay? So, sana po ay naalala natin or na-recall pa natin. In algebraic expression, meron po tayo mga parts. So, again, yung mga numbers na katabi ng variables natin, they are called numerical coefficient. And then, yung mga letters po natin, they are called variables. And then, dito po sa last, yung number 5, na to, wala na siyang katabing variable. So, yung mga numbers na walang katabing variable, ang tawag po dyan ay constant. Okay? Next, in algebraic expression, meron po tayong tinatawag na types of polynomial. Okay? So, pag isa lang po yung term, ang tawag natin is monomial. In this case, we have 2x, isa lang siya. So, this is a monomial. Mono means 1, kaya monomial. Next, we have two terms, 2x and 3y separated by a plus sign. So this is a binomial. Binomial, bi means 2. Next, we have trinomial. 2x squared, 3x, and 5. They are separated by plus signs. So this is a trinomial. Meron tayong 3 terms. Tri means 3. Pag ang terms po ay more than 3, ang tawag na po natin ay polynomial. So we have 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus 6x plus 2. So apat na po yung terms. This is more than 3, kaya ang tawag natin is polynomial. Okay? So let's now proceed po sa ating lesson proper. First, we have to define what is a function and what is a relation. Let's define first what is function. A function is a relationship between two sets of variables x and y such that each value of set x is associated with exactly one value of set y. So, himay-himayin po natin. Ang sabi po, ang function daw po ay relationship between two variables, the x and the y, wherein si x po dapat ay may relasyon lang kay y. So, hindi po siya pwede magkarelasyon ng iba, kundi kay y lang. Nagkakaintindihan? Meaning, yung x po dapat ay unique. So, para mas maintindihan po natin, I have an example here. Let's say that si Kanor po, siya po yung x mo. Okay? And then, yung y natin ay si Aida. So, si Kanor ay may relasyon lang kay Aida. Hindi siya pwede magkaroon ng relasyon sa iba in order for us to call this a function. So, in this example, si Kanor ay may relasyon kay Aida. Okay? And then, pinili niya na si Aida lang yung magiging karelasyon niya. So, this is a function. This is an example of function. But in the context of the Filipino culture, si Kanor nga daw po ay isang matinik na nilalang. So, hindi lang po si Aida ang kanyang girlfriend. Nagkaroon pa siya ng relasyon kay Lorna at kay Fe. So, tatlo na. So, meaning, si Kanor ay may relasyon na kay Aida, kay Lorna at kay Fe. In this case, in this example, this is not a function anymore. Kasi nga, hindi na unique yung x. Si Kanor ay para na sa lahat. Para na siyang sari-sari store na bukas para sa lahat. So, hindi na po siya function. Okay? Nagkuha po natin. Kasi dapat po, ang x natin ay para lang sa iisang y. Hindi po pwedeng magkabit. Okay? So, another definition of function is, for each element of the domain, there corresponds exactly one member of range. So, yung domain po, kung sa legend makikita natin, yung x ay tinatawag din natin as domain or independent variable. And the range, yung tinutukoy po na range sa definition, yung y po siya. Okay? Yung y, pwede din siyang tawagin as range or dependent variable. So, ano po ibig sabihin na nasa taas? For each value of x, there corresponds exactly one value of y. So, yun nga. Si x ay dapat may relasyon lang sa isang y. Isa lang na y. Hindi pwedeng marami. Meaning, dapat yung x natin ay unique. Hindi siya pwedeng magkaroon ng relasyon pa sa ibang letters. Kay y lang. Nagkakaintindihan po? Okay, let's proceed. Sa application po, function daw is used to describe how one variable depends on another. So, kanina, kung natatandaan niyo po, si x, ang tawag natin is independent variable. So, and then yung y is the dependent variable. So, yung isa po sa kanila ay nakadepende doon sa isa. Yung y po, dahil siya yung dependent variable, siya yung nakadepende doon sa x. Meaning, sa mathematics context, yung magiging value ni y ay nakadepende sa magiging value ni x. Okay? Para mas madaling maintindihan, let's have an example. Example number 1, the amount of money a worker makes is a function of how many hours he works. So, ang sabi po, yung kikitain daw ng isang manggagawa, yung amount na kikitain niya, yung laki ng sahod niya, ay nakadepende kung gaano siya katagal magtatrabaho. So, totoo naman po, mas matagal ka nagtatrabaho, mas malaki yung kikitain mo. So, sino po ang independent at dependent variable dyan? Sino po ang x at sino ang y? So, our dependent variable, yung y po natin, yung nakadepende, ay yung amount ng salary na kikitain mo. The amount of money that you will earn, yun po ang iyong y. And then, ang x mo po, yung iyong independent variable, ay the number of hours na i-spend mo sa iyong trabaho. Mas matagal ka magtatrabaho, mas malaki yung kikitain mo. So, pag hindi ka nagtrabaho, hindi ka magkakaroon ng sahod. Okay? So, si Y ay nakadepende kay X. Kasi, pag nawala yung X, pag hindi ka nagtrabaho, hindi ka din magkakapera. Nakukuha po? So, meaning, meron silang relationship. Okay? Next. The Stay Home Save Lives campaign. So, nitong mga nakaraan, nitong quarantine, we are asked by the government to stay home to save lives. So, this is an example of a function wherein pagka tayo po ay nagstay sa bahay, mas maliit po yung cases na mahahawa tayo ng sakit at makakahawa tayo ng iba. Kaya makakapag-save tayo ng maraming buhay. Kaya po tayo pinagstay sa bahay para hindi po tayo magkaroon ng virus and in order na hindi din po tayo makahawa ng ibang tao. So nakakapag-save tayo ng lives kapag tayo po ay nakakapag-save tayo ng lives kapag tayo po ay nag-i-stay sa bahay. Okay? So, which is the dependent and the independent variable in this scenario? So, our dependent variable, syempre yung lives na masisave natin. Okay, syempre, nakadepende po yun. Di ba sabi nga, yung isang tao pwedeng makahawa ng hanggang 3 or mas marami pang tao pagka ikaw ay may coronavirus. So, yung X naman po is the number of people who stayed at home. Mas maraming nagstay sa bahay, mas maraming masisave na buhay. Okay? Nakukuha po? Okay. Next. What is relation? So, kanina dinefine na natin ang function, ngayon define naman natin ang relation. So, sabi po, relation when an independent variable corresponds to more than one variable. So, kung kanina si Kanor ay marami ng ginawa, ang tawag na sa kanya ay relation. Okay? Pagka hindi po siya function, ang tawag po sa kanya ay relation. Okay? Next definition, a correspondence between a first set of variables and a second set of variables such that for some elements of the first set of variables, there correspond at least 2 elements of the second set of the variable. So, sabi, si X mo daw, yung X, yung first variable, yung first set ng variable, yung X mo ay nagkaroon ng sanga-sanga sa Y. So, mas marami na siyang karelasyon. Okay? Like, for example, yung kanina nga kay Kanor, noong una kay Aida lang siya, so that is a function, and then nung nagkabit na siya, meron na siyang Lorna, meron pa siyang Fe, relation na lang siya. Nakukuha po? So, ito po yan. Kanina nga, si Kanor, para lang kay Aida, ngayon may Lorna at may Fe pa siya. So, ito po ay example ng isang relation. Okay?